Hey everyone! In this video, I'm going to recommend 10 amazing revenge-based web novels that are guaranteed to leave you feeling seriously satisfied. If you love seeing justice served and comebacks that hit hard, you're in for a treat. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's get started. 1. Betrayal by Fiancée. She witnessed my invincibility and burst into tears. This is a Chinese web novel where the main character gets betrayed by his fiancée. She teams up with his own sister to get rid of him by burying him alive. But just when it seems like the end, the MC awakens his legendary true dragon holy body, marking the beginning of his epic journey of revenge. This is a face-slapping web novel filled with intense moments and satisfying comebacks. You'll feel an adrenaline rush as the main character gets insulted, only to turn the tables and deliver powerful revenge. If you enjoy stories where the MC fights back hard, you'll love this. But if you're not into that kind of dramatic back and forth, this one might not be for you. I'm going to destroy this country. In this web novel, the main character dies from an illness in the modern world and reincarnates as the Skeleton Demon King. But he doesn't like his new form. He wants to be human again. So he makes a deal with the gods. Unfortunately, the gods betray him, never intending to turn him human. Instead, they seal him away and plan to wipe out all demons using a saint chosen to carry out their will. But by a twist of fate, the MC is reincarnated again as the saint himself. This story isn't your typical dark revenge tale. While there's betrayal, it's told with a lot of humor. Personally, I found it really funny and enjoyable. If you're feeling down or stressed, this web novel is a great pick-me-up. It's lighthearted and fun to read. 3. Zombie Apocalypse. I died right at the start. In this web novel, a zombie virus outbreak plunges the world into chaos. After the appearance of the blood moon, everyone begins awakening special abilities, but not Ji Chuan. Unlike the others, he remains unchanged. Betrayed and cast out by his girlfriend's family, Ji Chuan is left to die surrounded by zombies. Just when all hope seems lost, he awakens, only to find that he has become a zombie himself. But with his human consciousness still intact, this story features a wide range of unique characters with insane abilities. For example, one has the power of rebirth. As for our MC, he can absorb the crystals found inside the bodies of ability users and gain their powers. If you're a fan of zombie apocalypse stories and enjoy seeing an overpowered MC rise from despair, this web novel is definitely worth checking out. I personally really enjoyed it. Dear, it's time for your medicine. The beautiful and pure holy maiden brought the medicine to treat his wounds. On this day, he witnessed betrayal with his own eyes and experienced despair with his soul. From this day on, the brave hero was dead. If there's anything, burn paper offerings. This web novel delivers a very satisfying revenge story where every betrayer gets exactly what they deserve. The main character is from the modern world and gets summoned to another world as a hero. But here's the twist. He's actually the second hero summoned. The first hero had already died, and our MC was brought in as a replacement. However, the previous hero's party still idolizes the first one and looks down on the new hero. Instead of supporting him, they use and betray him. That's when the MC decides to stop being a pawn and starts planning his revenge. 5. He Genius Wizard Who Breaks Limits. In this web novel, the main character is betrayed by someone he trusted. His thesis is stolen, and he's turned into a test subject in the magic tower. Despite being a genius, his magical growth is limited by a flawed magic circle, and the people at the tower treat him like trash. But everything changes When he breaks past the limits of his magic circle, that's when his path of revenge begins, especially against the powerful Tower Master. In my opinion, I don't strongly love or hate this web novel. It's a classic weak to strong type story. Personally, I think it's better than average, but that doesn't mean it will be the same for everyone. I recommend reading a few chapters to see if it clicks with you. It's definitely not a waste of time, but whether you enjoy it depends on your taste. 6. The NTR hero Knelt before the Demon King. In this web novel, the MC possesses the body of the hero, and the heroines have already turned on him. They're just waiting for the chance to stab him in the back once he defeats the Demon King. Now don't worry, this isn't actually an NTR web novel. It's more of a revenge story, but the revenge unfolds slowly. Instead of direct payback, it's more about karma catching up to the heroines. The story also has a lot of misunderstandings. The MC tries to act evil, but people around him misinterpret everything and think he's a good guy. Personally, I found that part a bit annoying at times. Overall, I'd say the story is okay. If you like slow burn revenge with some comedy and misunderstandings, give it a try. But if you're looking for intense action or fast-paced revenge, this might not be for you. Every sin deserves punishment due to bullying. Yu's family was broken apart. Yu enters the country's top-ranked preparatory high school to take revenge on his childhood friend, who he believes incited the bullying. The effort and time it took to gain admission, Yu is determined to take it all away from her. This is a revenge with romance type web novel. On the revenge side, the mastermind behind the MC's bullying finally gets what's coming to them. And this time, it's the MC who delivers the payback. It's very satisfying to watch justice being served. However, after the revenge arc, the story shifts more toward romance and drama. So, if you're expecting non-stop revenge, keep in mind that the focus changes. Also, one important thing to note, the translation is incomplete, so be prepared for that if you decide to start reading. Still, if you enjoy a mix of revenge and romance, it might be worth checking out. I'm a hero, but I've given up on saving the world. In this web novel, the MC and his friend are transported into a game-like world, but only one of them can be chosen as the hero. The friend is selected, and the MC becomes a nobody. Once in this new world, the friend's attitude completely changes. He starts bullying the MC, and others follow his lead, treating the MC with contempt. But everything shifts when the so-called hero dies during an expedition. Suddenly, the same people who ignored and mistreated the MC come crawling back, begging him to become the new hero. The story is good and has some satisfying moments, especially when the MC finally rises. However, it might irritate some readers because of how unbelievably selfish and fake the people around him are. But once the MC steps into the hero's role, it becomes really interesting to follow his journey. The disciples I had abandoned came to me. The MC was once a respected S-rank instructor at an academy, until he was falsely accused of stealing his students' personal information. In an instant, those very students who once admired him turned their backs on him, treating him like a criminal. No one believed him, so he made the painful choice to leave the academy. As he walked away, a system message appeared. Do you want to disable the growth assistance skill linked to 521 people? And that's where the real story begins. I really enjoyed this one. As a revenge web novel, it's very satisfying, especially seeing the students face the consequences of their actions. There's also a layer of political drama with the MC being framed and then slowly rebuilding his power and influence from the shadows. If you enjoy smart revenge plots and behind-the-scenes scheming, this is definitely a good read. 10. The Revenge of the Soul Eater. The Mitsurugi household was given the important task of guarding the Demon Gate by the Emperor. Sora Mitsurugi, who was the heir of the family, was called on to take the trial ceremony at the age of 13. The trial is something that he must overcome in order to learn the Phantom Blade style that was passed down the Mitsurugi household from generation to generation. The other 7 pupils of the same age who had taken the trial have all passed, and now only Sora remained. His father, brother, fiancé, and a pair of siblings who have watched over him were all looking as Sora's trial ceremony solemnly began. However, he failed that test and was expelled from the island to survive on his own. This one is, in my opinion, the best revenge web novel on this list. At the start, the MC goes through so much misfortune that it almost becomes funny. No matter where he goes, bad luck follows. But everything changes when he obtains a mysterious cheat skill. From that moment on, the story takes a sharp turn, and the MC begins to rise. It's a must-read for me. The mix of dark humor, satisfying revenge, and the MC's growth makes it incredibly enjoyable. If you love underdog stories with a twist, definitely give this one a try. Alright, that wraps up the list. Hope at least one of these web novels made it to your reading list. Catch you in the next video. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe.